Hello, Facebook. This is Michelle coming from you from my little apartment here in Southern Illinois. Um, well, I have been planning on writing a book for a long time and I can't seem to get it put on paper. So I figure if I do it by video, I might be more apt to put it on paper. The reason for this is, I kind of want to make a memoir memory for my children and grandchildren and kind of get some things out in the open and about some subjects that may be very touchy regarding my family and things like that. So, once a week, I'll probably just kind of do like a story thing and cut it off at a certain spot and then come back to it later. So, this will be chapter one, the beginning. Um, I'm from Originally, I was born in Mount Vernon, Chicago, Illinois. And I was born in a little hospital called Michael Reese. It's no longer there. I believe they tore the building down. I'm currently 49 years old. If given a chance, my next birthday is December 28th. So I'll be turning 50, hopefully. And I know I look good. That's okay. Anyway, I am the oldest out of six children. My mother is white and my father is black, so I'm biracial. Always been told that we had a Native American on each side, but they don't know how far down the track it goes. Been told some stories. I'm still investigating and looking into those things. So I claim as my race, black, white, Native American. Like I said, I was born in Michael Reese Hospital, Chicago, Illinois. I had six siblings. It was six of us when we were small. One of my sisters passed away about a little over 5 years, and I'll talk about that later. But anyway, we lived, I was born on State Street, and from there we moved to a few other apartments. As I was growing up, being a biracial child was a little difficult. My brothers and sisters don't remember as much as I did. I got picked on a lot when I was little. And there was also a lot of turmoil in the house because my parents drink a lot. So between the ages of 6 and 10 per se, I had already experienced racial discrimination between both African Americans and Caucasians. And I was dealing with alcoholic mother and father. I lived to see a lot of abuse. When I say that, I meant, a lot of drinking, a lot of fighting. I remember one time they were having a party in the house and they had some friends over and they were gambling, and one of the gentlemen got mad because he lost and he shot my dad and toward die. And next thing you know, he was being rushed to the hospital. There were many episodes like that. There was a time where my mother went to the hospital and my dad was there, and he came home and he had been drinking that time, but he was smoking a cigarette and he dropped a cigarette inside a couch that was covered in plastic. A long time ago, they used to cover the couches in plastic, and it blew up in flames. And he literally had to throw the couch out the window, like 4 stories down. So that was another incident because the fire department wouldn't have got there in time. There was an incident where my parents had got drunk. My dad left, went to the bar. My mom decided to leave. And she left me and my sister Pam, who were the only two of us at the time, in the house. And we crawled down the stairs and the police were called. And then we went to the police station. And then my grandmother had to come get us. And we went to Mississippi for a while. Later on, there was an issue where they had a drinking problem again, and by this time, all my brothers and sisters were born, and my little baby brother Jason, was like He might have been two. And they called DHS and we had to go to a foster home in Chicago where this lady was very abusive. I mean, she fed us and clothed us, but she was like, uh, we were basically her work slaves. She made us get out in her garden, pick up, her beans, and we had to clean her house. And I even recall her hitting my brother because he didn't eat his food. Now he's 2 years old. So anyway, that went on for about a month or two. And then my grandmother came and got us. And so we stayed with family for a little bit. And then we went back to my parents. And as things progressed, they had friends. I went to a few birthday parties. I remember one party I went to. They took a picture. And my mom and dad don't no longer have that picture. It got burnt up in the house. I'll talk about that later. But anyway, growing up in Chicago was not really a safe place then as it is not now. It probably wasn't as bad then as it is now, but it still wasn't safe. I used to walk home with my sister, and this boy used to pick at me. And I remember one time that my dad had said, well, if he picks up on you again, you beat him up. So me and my sister Pam decided that if we were walking from school, that this day, if he does it, we both were going to trip him and beat him up and run home. And that we did. So the boy didn't mess with me no more. I was feeling a little needy at times, and I think the first day of school, I went in and I stole some kind of necklace from school. I don't know what it was, but my mom found out and made me go back to school and take it to the teacher in front of class, and I was embarrassed. So that broke me from that at that time. And living in Chicago, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I had my aunties, my uncles used to come visit. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. What? Me and my sister was going back, and in this high rise, they would like kind of had a courtyard in the back of it was dirt. And I remember one time we went back, then we made mud pies, and we got real dirty. But mom cleaned us up, and then there was a time where I tried to be slick. I was playing with matches, and I set the closet on fire. And my dad found me, and he was not too happy about that. I got my butt whooped for that one. But anyway, what else? There were many times where I felt afraid because of things that happened. I remember one time we got robbed. A guy came in. Everybody was asleep. I woke up and he went and stole my dad's wallet while my mom and dad were asleep. And they think they know who it was. They think it was somebody they knew. But there was things like that I never really gotten over. So anyway, as things progressed, finally moved on. And then my dad decided that he wanted to tell me that he was going to go out and get a pack of cigarettes. My mom was at work. She was getting ready to come home. And so he left me there with my brothers and sisters for, it seemed like hours, but I guess it was a few minutes or what have you. My mom walked in. She asked where Dad was. I told her she went to go buy cigarettes, and I never seen him for 2 years. So, anyway, needless to say, my mom couldn't afford the apartment, so she had to call my grandfather and my uncle and my grandmother had to come and help us pack up. And she had, really nice, brand new appliances and furniture. She had to sell it for little nothing. And we ended up moving to Mount Vernon. No, we moved to Dahlgren, Illinois at first. And then we moved to Mount Vernon because when we stayed in Dahlgren, we were given racial comments, threatened. And my grandfather had said if anybody put their hand on us, he would hurt them. So anyway, we went on from there and we moved to Mount Vernon. Now, having said that, that's a whole nother story. So I'm going to leave it there and leave you to guessing. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask. I don't mind answering them. Anyway, have a great day. Talk to you later. On the wrong side of the tracks. I'm out. Bye.